Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo Dos. And I'll bet you're wondering what we're doing today. Well, actually I already told you what we're doing today last time that we did one of these, and we're starting up, dun dun dun, an endurance race. We're doing the Rome circuit, Millennium in Rome, and it's going to be awesome. I was going to say something and then I absolutely froze up. It was weird. It was really awkward, actually. I was like, which actually definitely sounded more like I was just taking a dump. Ah, jeez. Okay, yep, totally forgot. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. So, I know that it says that it's 99 laps up there, but I am almost positive, somewhere in the pit of my scrotum, that that's not exactly how many laps we're doing here, which is definitely a good thing, because I really don't want to be stuck doing 99 laps on this hellhole. What the hell car did we just pass? That thing was weird looking. And of course the GT1 race car is going to be the guy in second place that we're going to have to deal with all day. That's okay, because we have better braking than he does. Unfortunately, we're going to spin out. We may actually have ourselves a race here, ladies and gentlemen, at least for a little while. I don't think it's going to necessarily be it's not going to be super competitive the entire way, because, to be honest, after a certain point, I always end up breaking the asshole open, and then the floodgates of poop just end up getting all over the place, and you got to call the guy to clean the carpets because you don't have one. You don't want to drive all the way down to Safeway to have to, you know, rent one for God knows how much an hour. And so then you just call the professionals and do it because you don't know what you're doing. And then you end up getting it all out of the way, and then you get it done before your parents get home. And then no one's the wiser. I could slap you across the face and no one will be any the wiser. I do love Game Grumps. That is probably one of my other favorite channels on YouTube, and I really hope that people have noticed that they are there in the world of things. I mean, they've got over 1 million subscribers, so I can't imagine that people that know about Let's Play stuff, there's no way you haven't at least heard the name thrown around before. That would be like people not knowing that like Nintendo Capri Sun existed, or who the fuck was the other guy? Obviously not, if I can't even remember what his name is. Fucking the other guy, Chugga Conroy. There we go. He was like the really big thing before Nintendo Capri Sun was a really huge thing, and then there's SSOH. I don't remember the fucking order of the letters in there, but he's the other guy, fucking Seamus O'Doherty or whatever his name is. That guy, he's got like 50,000 videos, and he's awesome. And he's one of the other guys. There's only like 3 people that I really follow regularly for Let's Play stuff, and it's I follow a guy named Kakoskia, which I think I've told you guys about him before. He's pretty cool. I follow Game Grumps, obviously, since I just told you that I did. And then I also follow Seamus. Those are really the only 3 people that like hold my attention well enough, especially because they're always constantly doing stuff. And so it's always fun, and they always make me laugh one way or the other. Mainly Game Grumps more than other things. I also follow Continue Show too, I guess. I mean, they're not exactly the same thing. They're more of like kind of like a review show, more than like doing actual Let's Plays of stuff. But they kind of do, because they'll play a game for a half an hour and then, you know, determine on whether they would play it or not regularly. So, I mean, that's really the only thing that I really pay attention to on YouTube a lot, at least. I mean, there are other things that I kind of keep tabs on here and there, but not anything that I would, you know, day in and day out check up on it to see what's going on with it. Those are the only ones that I do that for. So at least there's a purpose, and it really, and I don't know whether I actually am or not to people, but I wonder, like, if I'm actually like that kind of guy for, you know, for any of my subscribers. Like, if I'm the guy where, you know, people, they sign on to YouTube every day at one point or another to be like, oh, I wonder if Adam put up a new video today. I've always wondered if I've ever reached that status with people where I'm actually like somebody's go-to channel for stuff, or if I'm just one of those, oh well, you know, let's go see what he's got type of thing, but not necessarily like the go-to thing. I'm sure that I probably have a little bit of both of those, maybe. I don't know. I've always wondered if my channel would ever reach that status where I was just like somebody's go-to where they'd be like, oh my god, I have to know, you know, if he put up something today or not. That would always be really cool. It would always be really cool to know, like, if that is the case, like, to who, or to whom it is. Like, what people out there are actually saying it. Because for those of you that is the case for you, I would like to say thank you for making me your one-stop shop for gaming videos where I whine and complain about my life and say random shit that means nothing. Yay! Hashtag good times for everyone. And so far, we're actually we're getting a little bit of separation here. This is actually a little bit more than I had expected. This is good. However, I need to scratch my foot. I completely deviated from that in mid-sentence, and I didn't even feel bad about it. Oh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Whew. Oh, dude, my feet hurt so goddamn bad. I mean, I'm only 25 years old, but I'll tell you one thing right now. Having flat feet to the extent that I have them, and I'm talking, we're like well beyond the point of just, you know, going out and getting some fucking Dr. Scholl's for my feet. That does not cut it. Like, we need like some heavy duty stuff, but just like going out and playing two games of softball for a few hours, like when I get done with that, the second day after I'm done with that, dude, my feet are just a mess. Like, I had to go to work today, and it was like I was walking around like somebody that was easily like 60 years older than me. Like, I was barely walking at a snail's pace. I mean, it was bad. And and you know, my legs all the way up to my thigh are, you know, hurting pretty bad too. And I don't have a hot tub anymore, and I haven't been using my gym membership very much lately, which is not good. I mean, a hot tub would have been like the best thing that could have happened to me today. And yet, I didn't really get around to that. And so I had to sit there, you know, walking around like somebody shoved a fucking 4x4 tire up my cornhole, which was not a good move. And so I tried to spend as much time up at the front counter as I could today, because the last thing I need is like, hey, can you help me find something? I'm in a hurry. Oh yeah, sure. Hold on just a minute. Let me, you know, spend 4 hours walking over to find your bottle of vitamins. I'll get back to you tomorrow morning. You want to just come back then? Because that's when I'll make it back up to the counter. By the way, I am absolutely smitten with the idea that I picked this car for this. This car probably has some of the best handling that I could use for this track. I mean, there aren't a lot of super sharp turns, but the ones that are there, it works just about flawlessly in said turns. I mean, we're actually tackling this pretty well, and I'm very satisfied with my performance so far. Would you leave a very good, a good, a alright, not so good, or terrible on your experience with this vehicle? I would probably leave a very good with this vehicle, actually. We're doing fucking great. There we go. I'm really debating going downstairs and grabbing a couple of beers out of the fridge. I should just bring them up to my room right now. I went out and I got, for the college football stuff that was on yesterday, I went out to the store and I went and got some beers. And I picked the worst time in the world to do it. Like, I woke up at like 11 o'clock. 10 or 11 o'clock, and the Oregon game that was on yesterday was on at 12:30, and so I had at least an hour and a half to get up out of bed, take the big screen TV from my room, and then take it downstairs, because that's where we watch all the games, down in the main room down there. Which you guys have seen my room. Like, it's not exactly the easiest place in the world to maneuver stuff up and down the stairs. Like, it can turn into a fucking mess out there. And so, you know, we get the TV down there, but the worst part about it, oh my god, the worst part about that entire thing isn't even moving the TV itself. Like, I mean, it is a big TV, but that's not even the worst part. Like, the most tedious action is, you know, unplugging the cable box and getting all the little cables and wires and stuff. Wow, that was a terrible turn. That was awful, but we're okay. It's like, you know, getting all the little cables and everything, you know, unhooked and, you know, messing up the flow of everything I had in here, because I had everything situated just the way that I want. Taking it downstairs and setting it up, and then having to lug that bastard all the way back up here after everyone else has gone to bed and nobody decided to help me out with it. So it's just like, oh, sure, yes, I will carry this monstrous TV up here by myself. No bueno, but that's beside the point. So you know, I end up bringing that thing down, and then I'm sitting there, you know, getting captivated by the football being on. Next thing I know, it's like, oh, by the way, there's 15 minutes before the game, and I was like, fuck, no! I have to go to the store and get beer still, and I have to get some jalapeno cheese dip, and I have to get some dark chocolate squares for my mom because she wanted some. And I was like, God damn it, I need to do this now because I am not waiting until halftime to do it. And I mean, it's not like the store's not very far away from my house. Like, it's only maybe like a half-mile tops. And so, you know, I go and I jump in the car, and keep in mind, I'm still like super sore. Like, I'm at the point where I can't move very well. Like, I wasn't as sore yesterday as I am today, but it was still pretty bad. And so, oh no, here we go. Get it together there, there we go. So, I jump in the car, and I go fly down the street. Jeez. I need to calm the hell down. Everybody wants to message me right now while I'm filming, and they know this. I have warned people on Twitter already, even though I didn't warn people on Facebook, so I guess it's my own fault. But I warned people that I'm going to be filming, so they need to just, you know, cram it down their pie holes for 10 seconds and wait until I'm done. But, so I get to the store, and I still had about a solid, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes left, or something like that. And so I get in the store, and all the things that I want are on completely different sides of the supermarket. And so I go grab the first thing, and I was like, fuck, man, the beer's on the other side of this joint. And so I had to do like some, you know, retro, going back to 1994 supermarket sweep, just going at a dead sprint, or whatever I could loosely translate as a dead sprint with my legs in the condition that they're in. I had to pull one of those where I'm just like, you know, running as fast as I humanly can, which still, you know, with me being sore, it wasn't that bad, but the person that was working, you know, at behind like the counter for like, you know, the getting the fresh meat and the fish and all that shit, the lady that was working back there, she was just like looked at me like, what in the world is this guy doing? Why the fuck is he running? Sir, you can't run in a supermarket. Hey, fuck off, I need beer. That's what I was getting ready to say if she was gonna, you know, pop off to me like that. But I ran in there, and it was literally like, I felt like I was on a game show, like I was on a time limit. I went in, it was like one of those, like the store that we have, it's like one of those where if you want to get the beer, you have to go inside of like the weird little room that's, the little cooler room where you walk in behind the fridge and, you know, you go grab it that way. And so, you know, I go and I run in there and I start doing like that crazy thing where you're scanning through every bottle at like 100 miles an hour. You're like, no, I don't want that one, I don't want that one, I don't want that one. No, that one looks kind of good, I don't want it though. So I want the, where's the one that I want? I don't know where I want it. Where's the one that I want? I don't know where it is. Ooh, that looks kind of good. No, fuck, I don't want that one either. And then you finally find it, you're like, oh yeah. Oh, there's only 5 bottles in here. What the hell? And then you finally find one that's got all the bottles in it. And then, so you grab it and you go, you know, on a dead sprint to get out of there, and you get up to the, you finally get up to the register, and you're like, you know, panting hardcore, and you're almost on the verge of sweating. And the lady starts checking all of your stuff out super slow, doing like that, how's your day going? Beep! You find everything okay today? Beep! Beep! Jennifer, can I get a price check on this? We just, the tag isn't scanning, and I don't know what to do. Let me get on the intercom. Jennifer, I need help, please. And we gotta sit there and wait, and I'm just like, oh damn it, if I miss the kickoff to this, I swear to God, someone in this store is gonna die. And so they finally figured it out, and I look at my clock on my phone as soon as I, you know, finally get checked out of there after it took, you know, 3.5 years. And I realized I got 3 minutes left, and going home is much slower than going down there in the first place, because I got to go uphill, and I have to take a completely different way to get there because the traffic is impossible to get back into. And so I finally get up there, and I almost got pulled over because I'm going, you know, like 40 in a 25, and a cop was right there. And so I'm like, shit, I have to let off the gas. And thank God that when I noticed that he was there, and I saw that he wasn't looking, like he was looking down at his computer doing God knows what, I don't know, he was probably looking at airborne or something, who knows. And I was just like, whew, I dodged a bullet there. And so I get home, and I go barreling through the front door, like, has it started yet? And I go and I'm, you know, sweating bullets, and I sit down on the couch to find out that the game was delayed 10 minutes, and that I didn't even need to hurry at all. I'm just like, oh, I mean, it's awesome that, you know, I'm here in time, but, dude, why didn't they just tell me that before? And so I ended up having plenty of time, and then, then I had all the beer. We're all good. And not only did I get the beer that I wanted, my brother got a 6-pack of beer too, and it was the beer that I wanted to try in the first place. He got the Guinness Black Lager, and I got this, it's from a brewery here in Oregon called Rogue. It was called, oh fuck, what was it called? It was called like Sweet Hazelnut Nectar. It's like an IPA, it's a dark one. Oh my god, it's so good. That is one thing I love about the state of Oregon, is that we have like the most microbreweries per capita out of any state in America, and it's fucking awesome. Because it's not a matter of just having a lot of beer. It's the fact that we have a lot of beer, and they're all fucking awesome. That is why I live in Oregon, amongst other things. But we have run out of time for this episode. We knocked out a solid 15 minutes worth of driving, so when we come back in the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, we got more laps to do. I mean, we got 2 hours worth of driving we have to do here, and we're going to be doing it for a little while. So you guys take it easy. This is your host, AMF1534, saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.